Warren Bennis said, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. How do you do that? How do you translate vision into reality? Your leadership voice is an important element in translating vision into reality. I am Sandra Gopal, and I appreciate you taking time out to listen to this podcast. The subject in focus for today is finding your leadership voice. A great leader will effectively communicate vision and priorities to others, and he will inspire them to commit to set goals. Leaders are required to keep up with current situations around the world. They adapt to changes and keep moving forward. They do this by not only being the face of an organization, but by also being the voice of the organization. A leader's voice is a strategic leadership tool. It allows you as a leader to be the voice of the organization for your team, your clients, your suppliers, and other interested persons. It allows you to articulate your vision for the organization. It allows you to articulate your vision to those that are in your circle, to those that are connected to you in some way. Your voice is powerful. Yes, your voice is indeed powerful. Remind yourself every morning that the voice you have within you is certainly powerful. Your voice is influence. Your voice makes an impact. Your voice affects the mood of the organization. Your voice defines your leadership. All leaders speak, but not all leaders are heard. You need to be a leader who speaks and is heard. It is your leadership voice that defines you as a leader. It is a voice that you are in control of. The voice of a leader is not just about a speaking style. Your voice reflects how you as a leader makes an impact on those around you. It speaks volumes about your confidence, your values, your character, and your communication skills. Your leadership voice also has nothing to do with volume of tone. Leaders can be extroverts or introverts. A loud tone does not make one a better leader than one who is softer and calmer. It is about the power in your voice. It's about your persuasiveness. It's about the level of confidence in that voice. It is about the content that comes with that voice. Understanding your unique voice and how to make the greatest impact with your voice is a crucial leadership quality. You see, your voice matters. You could have great vision, but nobody will buy into your vision if it is not communicated with a strong voice. Use your voice to reach out to your followers and to inspire them. Your voice must be adaptable in keeping up with your resiliency during any adverse situation or circumstances. You see, we all have a voice print which is unique. Just like the iris of the eye and the fingerprint, we all have a unique voice print. Your own voice print comprises and is defined by your mannerism and how you speak, your energy, your value system, and your authenticity. A leader gives voice to what is true and is never afraid to be disliked. A true leader is courageous and bold and willing to stand up and be counted. When the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful. That's what a young girl, a young leader once said. And that young girl is Malala Yousafzai. I chose to highlight her in this podcast as she's an outstanding young lady, an outstanding leader, one who was courageous with her voice. As a young girl, Malala defied the Taliban in Pakistan and demanded that girls be allowed to receive an education. She was shot in the head by a Taliban gunman in 2012, but survived. In 2014, she became the youngest person to receive the Nobel Peace Prize and went on to win many more awards. Malala was born in 1997 in Pakistan. Her hometown was a popular tourist spot until the Taliban tried to take control. She attended a school that her father, who was an educator, had founded. After the Taliban began attacking girls' schools in her area, Malala gave a speech in another city in Pakistan. The title of her talk was, "How Dare the Taliban Take Away My Basic Right to Education?" She was just 10 years old. She used her voice to take a stand. In early 2009, when she was just 11 years old, Malala, using another name, began blogging for the BBC about living under the Taliban's threats to deny her an education. However, soon she was identified. She continued to speak out about her rights and the rights of all women to an education. Her activism resulted in a nomination for the International Children's Peace Prize. That same year, she was awarded Pakistan's National Youth Peace Prize. However, Malala and her family learned that the Taliban had issued a death threat against her because of her activism. Though Malala feared for the safety of her father, who was an anti-Taliban activist, she and her family initially felt that the fundamentalist group would not actually harm her since she was just a child. In 2012, when 15-year-old Malala was riding a bus with friends on their way home from school, a masked gunman boarded the bus and shot her. The shooting left her in a critical condition. She was eventually taken to the United Kingdom, where she would require multiple surgeries, including repair of a facial nerve to fix the paralyzed left side of her face. She had suffered no major brain damage. The shooting resulted in a massive outpouring of support for Malala. 9 months after being shot by the Taliban, Malala gave a speech at the United Nations on her 16th birthday in 2013. She highlighted her focus on education and women's rights, urging world leaders to change their policies. Following the attack, Malala said that the terrorists thought that they would change our aims and stop our ambitions, but nothing changed in my life except this: weakness, fear, and hopelessness died. Strength, power, and courage were born. This girl was 10 years old, a girl who stood up for what she believed in. She used her voice to stand out as a young leader. Her courage and fearlessness is outstanding. As a young leader, your voice is powerful. It can go to the grave and lie dormant, or you can use your gift and change your family, your neighborhood, community, and the nation at large. How many gifts, how many lives, how many voices are not used but are left at the cemetery? Change your life around. Look at the potential within you. Look at the purpose of your life. Why were you born? Why were you created? What is your mission on the earth? What are you supposed to be doing in the time between born day and death day? Where are you in your life at present? Are you just a fault finder, a complainer who never used that powerful voice? You see, your voice is important. Be the leader you were destined to be. Stephen Covey said, "Find your voice and inspire others to find theirs." What you have to say is important. Your vision is important. It must be communicated. When something is heavy on your heart or mind, know that it is time for you to take action. It is time to speak up. Like Malala, it's time to speak and be heard. You have the power to take people to the next level. They need your voice. Your voice will inspire them to one day become great leaders. You may be afraid to speak into the lives of your team or followers, but they depend on you. They depend on that strong voice. They may seem fragile, but really they need your input. Fearful leaders keep their voice to themselves because they don't want to offend someone. They don't want to upset the apple cart. But they don't last as leaders. You can step up or watch your team fall apart. Your courage will only inspire them. Someone once said, "Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the willingness to act in spite of my fear." Courage is the quality that distinguishes great leaders from weak leaders. Use your voice with boldness and courage. It is the power within you. It is one of the greatest tools you can have. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the silent voice at the end of the day, a voice that will say, "I will try again tomorrow." A true leader never allows his or her voice to get lost in the noise. Don't lose it in the midst of a chaotic business environment. Your voice translates your vision beyond you. Voice your confidence and your fearlessness. Utilize your voice to make a difference and to make an impact. Life is too short to not use your own voice. Your voice and your words have power. Discovering and developing your voice is an everyday job. Every situation, every crisis, every challenge you face, it all requires your voice. Your voice will be an inspiration to others as you yourself become resilient in every situation that presents itself. Today, as I end this podcast, I want you to know that leadership has a voice. Leadership has a voice during crisis. Leadership has a voice during challenges. Leadership has a voice during adverse circumstances. Leadership has a voice louder than the sound of the ocean, louder than the roar of a lion, louder than the rolling thunder. Leadership has a voice louder than negativity, louder than gloom, louder than despair, louder than any despondency, and louder than bleakness. Your voice is power. Use it because your voice matters. My sincere gratitude to you today for downloading and listening to this leadership podcast. I know that this teaching is essential for leadership success. It has worked for my life. More leadership podcasts are available on iTunes, Podbean, and Buzzsprout. God bless and keep you safe until next time.